Have you ever felt ignored in conversations, struggled to make friends, or wished people actually listened to you? The secret isn't luck or charm, it's influence. Dale Carnegie's timeless classic How to Win Friends and Influence People reveals powerful principles to build trust, win respect, and inspire others. And in this video, I'll break down those principles in just a few minutes, so you can start using them today. Welcome to Ease of Education, where knowledge meets clarity and growth begins. We believe true freedom, whether on field of finance, self-improvement, or entrepreneurship, it starts with the right education. That's why our mission is simple: to bring you deep, meaningful book summaries on self-improvement, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy that don't just inform, they transform. Why you must read How to Win Friends and Influence People. 1. Your recognition depends on people. No matter what you achieve, doctor, artist, entrepreneur, or even billionaire, your recognition will always come from people around you. Think about it. Steve Jobs didn't become a legend just because he had ideas. He became one because he inspired people, influenced teams, and got others to believe in his vision. Without people, even genius goes unnoticed. 2. You can't escape people. Like it or not, you have to live with people. Even if you're a billionaire, what's the use of that wealth if you're standing in the middle of a jungle telling wild animals you're rich? It means absolutely nothing. Your success only gains meaning when people respect you, acknowledge you, and value your presence. 3. Two kinds of people in this world. There are really just two types. People with a fixed mindset, rigid, rough, unwilling to grow. They just survive, almost like animals. And people with a growth mindset, curious, adaptable, constantly learning, proving every day that they're truly alive. Ask yourself honestly, which one are you becoming? 4. Peace of mind versus daily war. Some people treat every single day like a war. High on adrenaline, always trying to dominate, always proving others wrong with sharp words and below-the-belt comments. Sure, they might win arguments, but at night, they lose peace. On the other hand, those who influence with kindness, empathy, and respect, they not only win hearts but also enjoy peaceful sleep, better health, and lighter souls. At the end of the day, life isn't about defeating others, it's about building trust, creating bonds, and earning influence that actually lasts. How to Win Friends and Influence People isn't just a book, it's a roadmap to living a respected, impactful life. So if you want more recognition, deeper relationships, and peace of mind, you need to hear what this book has to say. Stay with me as we dive into its timeless lessons. And if you're serious about growing, don't forget to subscribe, because this is where you'll keep finding wisdom that transforms your life. Part A. Handling People. Dale Carnegie begins with 3 golden rules for handling people, and these are as relevant today as they were nearly a century ago. The first rule: never criticize, condemn, or complain. Think about it. When was the last time criticism made you truly change? Most of the time, it only makes people defensive. Carnegie reminds us that instead of attacking others, we should try to understand them. Understanding opens the door, while criticism slams it shut. The second rule: give honest and sincere appreciation. Every human being has a deep desire to feel important and valued. A simple, genuine thank you can motivate people more than money or rewards. But here's the key: it must be sincere. Empty flattery can be spotted a mile away, but true appreciation builds trust and lasting connections. And the third rule: arouse in the other person an eager want. In other words, show people how something benefits them. People aren't motivated by what you want, they're motivated by what they want. If you can align your goals with their desires, you create cooperation instead of resistance. These 3 rules may sound simple, but they're powerful. By avoiding criticism, offering real appreciation, and framing things in terms of others' interests, you can transform the way people respond to you, whether at work, in friendships, or even with family. That's the foundation of true influence. Part B. Steps to be liked. Carnegie's next big lesson is all about being likable. And he doesn't mean fake charm, he means genuine connection. He gives us 6 timeless principles to win people's hearts. The first principle: become genuinely interested in other people. Most of us walk into conversations thinking, what can I say to impress? Carnegie flips it. He says, be curious. Ask questions. Listen to their stories. People light up when they feel someone cares about them. The second principle: smile. It sounds ridiculously simple, but a real smile is like sunshine. It instantly warms the atmosphere, lowers defenses, and makes people want to be around you. Carnegie believed your smile says more than your words ever could. Third, remember people's names. Think about it. Hearing your name makes you feel seen. If someone you met only once remembers your name weeks later, don't you instantly like them more? Carnegie called a person's name the sweetest sound in any language. The fourth principle, be a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. Too often, we're waiting for our turn to speak. But the best conversationalists are actually the best listeners. Carnegie says, give people space to talk, and they'll walk away thinking you're fascinating, when all you did was listen. Number 5, talk in terms of the other person's interests. If you know someone loves sports, ask about their favorite team. If they're into music, bring it up. People engage more when the subject is something they care about. It shows respect and thoughtfulness. And the sixth principle, make people feel important, and do it sincerely. This doesn't mean false compliments. It means recognizing their value. A small gesture, like acknowledging their effort on a project or thanking them for their time, can make a huge difference. These 6 principles are deceptively simple, but together, they transform relationships. Be curious, smile often, remember names, listen deeply, talk about what matters to others, and sincerely make people feel important. Master these, and you'll never struggle to make friends or build trust again. Part C. Your ways thinking. Carnegie understood something powerful. People rarely change their minds because of arguments. If you really want to influence others, you have to guide them gently. Here are his principles for winning people to your way of thinking. First, avoid arguments. Even if you win, you often lose, because the other person feels humiliated. Instead of fighting, look for common ground. A calm discussion is far more persuasive than heated debate. Second, show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." Those 2 words can instantly shut someone down. Instead, Carnegie suggests saying, "I may be wrong, let's explore this together." That shift in tone invites cooperation instead of conflict. Third, admit your own mistakes quickly and sincerely. People respect honesty. Imagine you're late to a meeting. If you own up and apologize, others are far more forgiving. But if you make excuses, resentment builds. Humility wins trust. Fourth, begin in a friendly way. A smile, a warm tone, or a kind word sets the stage. Carnegie believed friendliness was a secret weapon. It lowers defenses and opens doors. Fifth, get the other person saying yes immediately. Start with questions or statements they agree with. This creates momentum, making it easier for them to accept your bigger idea later. Sixth, let the other person feel the idea is theirs. Instead of forcing your solution, guide the conversation so they come to the conclusion themselves. When people feel ownership, they commit more strongly. Seventh, appeal to nobler motives. Most people want to be seen as fair, kind, or responsible. If you frame your request in those terms, you'll inspire their better nature. Eighth, dramatize your ideas. Dry facts are easy to forget, but a vivid story or demonstration sticks. Think of a teacher who brings a lesson to life instead of just reading from a book. That's what makes the message unforgettable. And finally, throw down a challenge. When competition is framed positively, it sparks energy and action. Carnegie noticed people often rise to the occasion when presented with a challenge rather than a command. Together, these principles show us that influence is less about forcing and more about guiding. Respect opinions, admit faults, be friendly, and invite people into the process. Do this, and you won't just win arguments, you'll win hearts and lasting cooperation. Part D. Be a leader. Carnegie's final lesson is about leadership, how to influence people without resentment. True leaders don't command, they inspire. Here are his principles. First, begin with praise and honest appreciation. When you start with recognition, people are more open to feedback. It softens the blow and makes your guidance easier to accept. Second, call attention to mistakes indirectly. Instead of pointing fingers, address issues in a way that preserves dignity. A gentle suggestion works better than harsh criticism. Third, ask questions instead of giving direct orders. This makes people feel involved and respected. For example, asking, "What do you think is the best way to handle this?" is far more effective than saying, "Do this now." Fourth, let others save face. Public embarrassment destroys morale. Carnegie believed leaders should protect people's pride, even when correcting mistakes. Fifth, praise every improvement, no matter how small. Encouragement builds momentum. Just like watering a plant helps it grow, recognition nurtures confidence. Sixth, give the person a fine reputation to live up to. If you tell someone they're capable and responsible, they'll strive to live up to that image. People often become who we believe them to be. Seventh, make faults seem easy to fix. When challenges feel manageable, people are motivated to improve instead of discouraged. And finally, make people happy to do what you suggest. Leadership isn't about forcing compliance, it's about inspiring willingness. When people feel valued and respected, they naturally want to follow. Carnegie reminds us that leadership isn't about authority, it's about influence through kindness, encouragement, and trust. When you lead this way, people don't just follow instructions, they follow you. Practical applications. Now let's bring these principles into real life. In the workplace, imagine leading a meeting. Instead of pushing your own ideas, you ask for input, listen carefully, and highlight others' contributions. The result? People feel valued, and cooperation comes naturally. In social settings, something as simple as remembering names at a party makes you stand out. While others struggle to recall faces, you greet people by name, and instantly, they feel important. And in relationships, deep listening is a game changer. Instead of planning your response while your partner talks, you lean in, focus fully, and let them feel truly heard. That kind of presence builds trust and closeness that words alone can't. At the heart of influence is respect, listening, and making people feel valued. When you apply these principles, people won't just like you, they'll trust you, follow you, and remember you. So here's my challenge. This week, remember just one person's name and use it in conversation. Watch how their face lights up. It's a small step that makes a big difference. If you found this valuable, hit the like button, subscribe for more powerful book summaries, and share this with someone who wants to improve their communication. Your support helps me keep creating more free content for you and our growing community.